Hi, pipe smokers. This is Paul the Pipe Guy, live from Rochester, New York, and it's time for our Two for Tuesday smoke together. So grab whatever your favorite beverage is, and let's smoke a couple of bowls together. Yeah. So in the first bowl, this is the first pipe I ever got, and that was 2 years ago. This is my Dr. Graybow, and it's getting quite a big amount of cake buildup in it. Uh, Fairly soon, I'll probably have to scrape some of that out. I'm not going to scrape it down to bare wood though. Uh, so in it we have Lane 1Q. Ah, yes. Then in our second bowl this evening, we have our Peterson X109 rusticated. Or I'm sorry, it's an XL. It's a limited edition Dublin XL105. And it is rusticated. Beautiful pipe, great smoker, phenomenal draw. And in that we have some butternut burley. Oh, that's delicious. Yeah. So I did get something in the mail today. I got a Mr. Bragg butane lighter, and I actually got this off of eBay. It was only $15, and not very much shipping. On the bottom here, it's got what I think is a cute little tamper. Very short, kind of short, but it'll work. A little digging tool on the other end that fits right in the bottom of the lighter. And I filled her up with butane just now. She lights up great. Yeah. And something I don't think I've ever showed you. With one of my vintage pipes, actually, no, this I bought standalone, is a GBD pure grain leather. Actually, I don't think it's pure grain leather. I think it's I can't read it. I don't think this is made out of leather. It's some sort of hide, sheepskin. I don't know what it is, but it's made in England. It's vintage, and it's made by GBD. And this is a great little thing. I've had inside. It's got these two little things here that when you zip it up, it just closes right up. Keeps your tobacco nice and moist. And I've got some, what do I have in there? Oh, it's my favorite. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm having a moment right now, I guess. But it's got vanilla custard in it. And it's been in there for a week, and it's still nice and moist. But since I got this other travel pouch, the other Mr. Bragg one that I did a review on the other day, I'll still use this. This is a cute little day tripper type of thing. But one thing you never want to do is leave your pipes in the car in the heat, because if you have a bent stem, that car is, depending on the color of the car, can heat up to 120 degrees inside. And that's going to just melt your stem, vulcanite or lucite, whatever kind of stem you have. It's going to melt it, so you come out, and if you had a bent stem, it's going to be straight as an arrow, ruin your stem. So let's start out with smoking our Lane 1Q. with our new Mr. Bragg butane lighter. And always use a soft flame with your pipes. Don't ever use a torch. You know, some people will use Zippos too and matches. Oh, I don't like using a Zippo. I don't like the taste. Mm. Oh, if my hair looks a little disheveled, like almost like it's parted in the middle, that's because the owner of my company that I work for, Advantech Industries, uh, comes up to me first thing this morning. I started at 7:30, and comes up to me, and I was working on some very cosmetic parts. I had to basically grind out all of the machining marks out of these little small parts about that big. And the lead metal finisher told me exactly what process he uses every time on this job. And for some reason, the owner came up and he's like, "Oh, no, 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 we can't do it that way. We have to do it another way. Just throw them in the tumbler," which a tumbler basically, well, the commercial ones are big. They're 3.5, 4 foot wide, and they're basically filled with little stones. And so when you take metal and you put it in there, it vibrates and causes it to swirl around inside the tumbler. And those little stones kind of grind away stuff. It didn't take out the machining marks. But he's the owner of the company, so whatever he wants, that's what you do when you're employed by somebody that owns a company. You do what they want. You can try to tell them, well, here's the reason why we did this, but ultimately it's their business. And I like the way how the flame comes out the front. Oh, come on. There we go. Too much smoke in the air. So he says to me, the welding manager is standing right there, and the lead grinder standing right there, the plant manager standing right there, and he says, "Hey, Paul, we have a vacant welding booth." He says, "Would you like to learn how to weld?" I was like, "Yeah." So that's the reason why my hair is kind of a little bit awry, is because I had a welding mask on all day long. And first time I tried it ever in my life. I'm 56 years old. I've never welded anything. And so the welding manager was teaching me basic things. So basically I started out by just making lines, weld lines, and at first it was just terrible. And he's like, "All right, you got to do this, this, and this." And after a while I started to get the hang of it. Mm-hmm. And I did get shocked. Apparently when you're not supposed to touch the metal against the arc, the thing that makes the arc, the tungsten. So I was TIG welding today. And I says, just curious why you started me out on TIG welding. That's more advanced. He says, "Well, I wanted to start you out on something more advanced so that when you go back to MIG welding, it's going to be a piece of cake for you." So basically TIG welding is you have this wand, has a piece of tungsten metal sticking out of it. You get it about 1/8 of an inch away from whatever you're welding, and then you have a tiny little rod of stuff, and you have to have very steady hands. So you push the pedal down puts a whole bunch of amperage through, heats up the metal so it just turns into a puddle. And so we did that for a while, and he watched me and I watched him, and it was a cool experience, you know. So I'm getting paid to learn how to weld. I like that idea. You know, a lot of people, they go to school for that and then spend, you know, $7, $8, $9,000 just to learn to weld. I'm getting taught on the job. So for you young viewers, I did a little research, and welding, there's not a lot of people getting into it, but there's a huge demand for welders right now. So basically, the world has a shortage of welders. So if you want to get in and make some good money, you can make money once you get proficient with that trade, and it's a skill, it's a trade. Once you get proficient with that, it can be quite lucrative with no college degree, just a high school diploma. So that's some of the research I came up with. And after I post this video on YouTube, I'm going to be watching videos on TIG Welding 101 for dummies, you know. So pretty excited about that. My girlfriend's a little mad at me. Well, I think really mad at me. She had this big plan of stuff she wanted to do together on Sunday, and I decided let's just say to do my own thing. So she's highly unimpressed with me right now. She says my pipes are more important than her. Well, you know, what are you going to do? So last night she's like, I apologized for not doing what you wanted to do on Sunday. I should have just went and did what plans we had. Well, I decided to do other things, like stay home and have a few beers on Sunday, and bad decision. So she says my Busch beer is more important than her, my pipes are more important than her, which is, and I tried apologizing up and down, but when a woman is angry with you, which she had every right to be, I could admit when I'm wrong, there's no getting to it. I mean, I tried apologizing. She wouldn't talk to me on the phone. I tried texting her, apologizing. I was like, look, I was wrong. I love you. I miss you, which I really am sincere about. But she just kept coming back with wanting to argue. And I'm not into arguing or drama. So I'm going to let her rest on some things. I didn't text her and say good morning to her this morning like I always do. I just, because it doesn't, when a woman's angry with you, forget about it. It doesn't matter what you say. They're still going to be pissed off. You got to just let them step back and let them cool down. And I told her, I says, well, does this mean that you want to break up with me? And, you know, that didn't go over so well. I don't know. She's like, I'm not important to you, blah, blah, blah. I'll always love you. Yeah, okay, I've heard that before. So I'm gonna not text her or anything like that. Just let it be. And if she comes around, she comes around. That's great. And if she doesn't, well, then I still always have my pipes and my kids and my Busch beer. And she's one to talk because, let me tell you something, that woman loves her wine. But, oh well, I think it was the whole thing about making the decision to stay home and drink beer and stuff, and not do what we had planned that made her head pop off. It could be wrong, but I'm not stupid. Um, so cheers. Mm-hmm. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Oh, well. So this pipe is starting to heat up just a little bit, so I'm going to let it rest. Should never, never way overheat your pipe, especially when you're first breaking it in, because then it will always burn hot for some reason. According to my good friend across the pond, Mr. Dale Piper, he says if you're breaking in a pipe and you break it in real hot, for some reason it will always burn hot. And he would know. He's been smoking and collecting pipes for over 50 years. You should check him out. Dale Piper has a YouTube channel. Yeah. Wonderful English chap. So now we're going to try our butternut burley. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm not even going to use this little tamper in the bottom here because I have my tamper right here. My favorite go-to tamper pipe tool. Basically, is a little poker right here. It's got a scraper, which I've never used this scraper. I just use my sharp jackknife, and it's got a tamper on the end. It's made out of rosewood. It all folds up nice, but I never fold this up. I always use it like that unless I'm carrying it around. So yes. So at 56 years old, I'm learning how to weld. I figure as long as my health holds out and I want to work, because technically I could retire at age 62, which is only 6 years from now, but I'd only be getting about $1,800 or $1,900 in Social Security per month, which I can survive on that, but if I work for another 11 years till 67, goes up to about 2,400. That's a pretty big difference. Just going to take it in stride. I'm not going to make any plans. So, yes. So, how's everybody been? Yeah. Yeah, yesterday with my girl, kind of had that sick feeling of impending doom because I wasn't a jerk about it, but I did a stupid thing and just stayed home and drank beer on Sunday, and then she was pissed. So Monday I figured everything would be okay, and it wasn't. So all day yesterday I just had this feeling of impending doom. I hate that feeling. There ain't nothing worse than a woman's scorn. Mm. But I was fine before her, and if she chooses to break it off, I'll be fine after her. I'm not the world's most ugliest guy. And I don't need a woman in my life. Don't have to have it. Some people do. Some people feel that if they don't have another person in their life, they're incomplete. I don't have that feeling at all. Mm-hmm. This butternut burley is just so smooth on the tongue. This stuff has never given me tongue bite. It's definitely an all-day smoke, and it's a great smoke. So I got a couple of Mr. Bragg pipes coming in from Poland. And if you buy them direct from the factory, which you can right on eBay, it's Mr. Bragg Direct is the name of the seller. I mean, this pipe is beautiful. It's made out of teak wood briar, which I've never heard of teak wood briar, but it's gorgeous. And it was like $30, 33 bucks plus $8 shipping. Plus tax, it was like 42, 43 bucks out the door. And it is a beauty. And then I have another one coming in, also made out of teakwood briar. Has anybody ever heard of teakwood briar? Because I never heard of it. I tried looking it up too and really couldn't find anything on it. So what do you think, guys and gals? Am I doing the right thing by just letting my girl rest? Because I don't think that chasing somebody would be the right decision. I think that shows you're weak. You know, you're chasing them like you need them. And there are some women that they have the feeling that they need to be needed. Well, they shouldn't. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm just going to let it rest. Not text her. Because every time I tried to text her Sunday or Monday, she just wanted to argue, and I'm not going to have that. I'm too old for that. Just let it rest, and if she comes around, she comes around, and if she don't, well, you know, hey. You know, I'm a decent guy. So, my son's pipe, this beautiful Peterson XL24 is getting broken in so good. Yeah, it's getting some good cake buildup in there. And it's a beautiful, beautiful pipe. I've been smoking a lot of butternut burley out of this. No, not butternut burley. Vanilla custard. Vanilla custard, I think, must have like a really high sugar content or something, because it's building cake up pretty good in there. And for those of you that don't know what cake is, it's carbon buildup on the inside of the bowl, and protects the bowl from overheating, protects it from burnout. You know, that's how you break in a pipe. So we're going for bush number 2. Yeah. Couple of bushes after work, after a long day, is good. Yeah, definitely. So I think I'm going to have to try this Northwest track again. an eBay seller that became a friend of mine sent me some of this, and it's probably about 6 ounces, I'm guessing. Thereabouts, 5 to 6 ounces. And just a nice pipe tobacco smell. I tried it once, but it's been probably 3-4 months. I forgot what it tastes like because I only tried it once. And then, of course, we have the Church Warden that I haven't smoked. I only smoked this once, and it's probably been 5 months since I've smoked this. That I purchased. And this actually comes in like ribbons. Yeah. Like that. About a 1/4 inch thick. You just slice it across it. Kind of similar to plug tobacco. I guess this would be plug tobacco, but cut up, into ribbons or whatever. That's 2 ounces of it. So, yeah. 2 for Tuesday, huh? Well, we're going on almost 27 minutes, and I have homework to do. I have to watch YouTube videos on TIG welding to try to get some tips. But really, it's all hands-on experience, but, TIG welding 101. Yeah. Anyways, happy 2 for Tuesday, everyone. Thank you for watching. If you like my channel, give me the thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends about my channel. Hit the little reminder bell so when I come out with a new video, you get a notification. I try to put some good content in my videos. So thank you for everyone's support. I'm up to 282 subscribers now. So just seems like yesterday I broke 100. I don't know. Anyways, Paul the Pipe Guy live from Rochester, New York. Happy pipe smoking, pipe smokers. Over and out.